Dark psychology. It lurks in the shadows, often unseen, often unnoticed. Yet, it exerts a powerful influence on our lives. Dark psychology is the study and understanding of human behaviors used for malicious and exploitative purposes. It's about recognizing the potential for darkness within all of us. It's about understanding how people can use charm, manipulation, and coercion to gain power and control over others. Dark psychology is not about labeling people as evil. It's about recognizing patterns of behavior. These patterns can be subtle and insidious. They can be difficult to spot, especially for those unfamiliar with the tactics. Why is understanding dark psychology important? It's about self-preservation in a complex world. We encounter these tactics daily, from our personal relationships to our professional lives. By understanding the tactics, we can better protect ourselves. Knowledge is power. By shining a light on these dark tactics, we can begin to understand their seductive nature. More importantly, we can begin to build our defenses. We can learn to recognize the signs. We can develop strategies to shield ourselves and those we care about from their harmful effects. Imagine a puppet master skillfully manipulating the strings. Their movements are subtle, yet they control the puppet's every action. This is the essence of dark psychology, the use of hidden tactics to influence and control others. Emotional blackmail is a common tool. The manipulator uses guilt, fear, or obligation to control the victim's behavior. They might say, "If you really loved me, you would," or "After all I've done for you." Triangulation is another effective tactic. This involves bringing a third party into the equation to manipulate the victim. It creates drama, insecurity, and doubt. The manipulator thrives on this chaos. Feigning victimhood is a particularly insidious tactic. The manipulator portrays themselves as the victim, garnering sympathy and support. They deflect blame and responsibility. This allows them to continue their manipulative behavior without consequence. These are just a few examples of the many tactics employed in dark psychology. The key takeaway is this: manipulation is often subtle and difficult to detect. By understanding these tactics, we can become more attuned to their presence in our own lives. The impact of dark psychology on its victims can be devastating and long-lasting. It erodes self-esteem, creates feelings of self-doubt, and fosters a sense of powerlessness. Gaslighting, a particularly insidious form of manipulation, makes the victim question their own sanity. The manipulator denies reality, making the victim doubt their own memories and perceptions. This can lead to anxiety, depression, and a profound sense of isolation. Isolation is both a tactic and a consequence of dark psychology. Manipulators often isolate their victims from friends and family. This gives the manipulator more control. The victim, cut off from their support system, is more vulnerable to the manipulator's influence. Desensitization is another consequence of prolonged manipulation. Over time, the victim may become desensitized to the abuse. They may begin to accept the manipulator's behavior as normal. This can lead to a vicious cycle of manipulation and abuse. The psychological wounds inflicted by dark psychology can take years to heal. It's essential to remember that victims are not to blame. They have been subjected to calculated and insidious tactics designed to break them down. Recognizing the signs of manipulation is the first step towards protecting yourself. Often our intuition tries to warn us. We may feel something is off, but we can't quite put our finger on it. One red flag is inconsistent behavior. Does the person's words not match their actions? Do they say one thing and do another? This inconsistency is a sign that something is amiss. Pay attention to how the person makes you feel. Do you feel drained or anxious after spending time with them? Do you feel like you are constantly walking on eggshells? These are signs of emotional manipulation. Trust your gut. If you feel confused, manipulated, or controlled, there is a good chance you are being targeted. Don't dismiss these feelings. Explore them. Talk to someone you trust. Remember, manipulators are often skilled at disguising their true intentions. They can be charming, charismatic, and persuasive. This is why it's crucial to be vigilant and trust your instincts. Protecting yourself from dark psychology requires proactive measures. Knowledge is power, but action is key. Setting clear boundaries is crucial. Let the manipulator know that their behavior is unacceptable. This may mean saying no, walking away, or ending the relationship. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't ignore your intuition. It's your internal warning system telling you something is amiss. Seek support from trusted friends, family, or a therapist. Talking about your experience can provide validation, clarity, and a sense of empowerment. Educate yourself about dark psychology. The more you understand the tactics, the better equipped you will be to recognize and defend against them. Finally, prioritize self-care. Engage in activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul. This will strengthen your resilience and make you less susceptible to manipulation. In the shadows of human behavior lies a complex and often unsettling truth. We all have the capacity for both light and darkness. Understanding dark psychology is not about becoming paranoid, it's about empowering ourselves with knowledge. Awareness is our first line of defense. By educating ourselves about the tactics and motivations of dark psychology, we become less vulnerable to its influence. This knowledge empowers us to protect ourselves and those we love. It allows us to navigate the complexities of human relationships with greater awareness and discernment. The study of dark psychology is a journey into the depths of human nature. It's not a comfortable journey, but it's a necessary one. By shining a light on these dark tactics, we can begin to create a safer, more empowered world for ourselves and future generations.